Hi people, I'm live. Um, I don't know if there is anyone here that can hear me and tell me if they can hear everything. So I guess I can wait a little bit. So um, I decided to do this live while making myself some brunch. It is only 11 here. So it's not lunchtime yet, and I haven't had breakfast, so I'm gonna have brunch. I'm making myself a chicken salad, and I'm gonna do that while telling you all the details I forgot to tell you yesterday. Um, Basically, I realized that I never really told you how I became a death hoax researcher, how I knew what to look for, etc. So today I'm just continuing the story of yesterday while making a chicken salad for brunch. And I hope you guys will enjoy this live stream. I definitely enjoyed this more than recording an episode, to be honest with you. So that's what we're doing today. And let me just go get what I need, and I'll be right with you. Hopefully, in the meantime, someone will write something like, "Hi, I can hear you," etc. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, so getting the stuff. So I'm not going to be on camera simply because I'm not comfortable with it. I hope you guys are okay with it. And if you're not, I can't do much about it because I'm really uncomfortable on camera. I tried it before. It's not for me. Sorry. Okay. Stick a bowl. And okay. So basically what I wanted to share is, so yesterday I shared that the very first thing I noticed when I discovered that MJ is alive is Dave and Larry King, right? So from there, how did I learn how to become a death hoax researcher? Of course, I didn't know anything. I never really researched anything like that. So I don't know. I mean, from what I remember, let me remind you, it's been 6.5 years. So I'm going to have to trust my memory. Basically, what I did is I kept looking for things. I think I wrote Michael Jackson alive or something on Google or wherever. And the first person I found was Pearl Jr. And Pearl Jr. is the very first death hoax researcher that I knew, and I thought she was the only one at that point. And I gotta say that through her, I followed her for about a year and a half, something like that. And through her, I actually learned a lot of things. Like, I learned about the death certificate, that it's basically fake because MJ's real middle name is Joe, not Joseph. And I've seen it in many documents. I've seen it in his driver's license. I've seen it in Jermaine's book, and I think his sister Latoya and his mother. Everyone basically said that his middle name is Joe. So why does the death certificate says Joseph? Well, that's because it's fake. And I think that he used Joseph when, I don't know, when he needed to do stuff. I mean, I can't really say why he kept playing with the middle name, but all I know that legally his name is Michael Joe Jackson. So that's the one thing I learned from her. And then I learned through her that there's no name on the stone, like on the headstone, which is weird. You gotta admit that it's weird because everyone else who are buried there, like Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, and others, everyone has their name on the headstone. So why Michael doesn't? So apparently, if you're not truly dead, at least this is what she said, if you're not truly dead and you got your name on it, then it's illegal. I don't know. That's what she said. But anyway, whether that is the reason or not having his name on the actual headstone is kind of weird. You gotta admit that. And then, also, I learned from her about the numerology thing, that Michael is into number 7. I am peeling a carrot. That is the sound you're hearing. Yeah, Michael is into number 7, and to notice that everything is 777. And I also learned that what else? Like symbols and clues and all those things I've learned from her to basically what to search for. Okay, so as I said, I followed her for about 1.5 years, and I learned a lot from her. But then about after 1.5 years, she started talking to this guy. She called him Peter, Bobby, Michael, something like that, and she was trying to convince everyone that it is Michael, that she's talking to him, that he's just changing his voice like he always does. And I wanted to believe that. I really wanted to. But then at some point, I don't know, I realized it was some guy who just wants to sell stuff. And then she started promoting her stuff. And when they both just started promoting each other's things and it became about money, I lost interest. So I no longer follow her. But I do appreciate the fact that I learned from her what to look for. And I learned from her things about Michael and etc. So, like I said, I learned from her about all the symbols and clues and things that Michael was into. So I think the next thing that I started noticing is the Hold My Hand music video. You know, the duet he did with Akon. So if you watch it, you will notice that there are so many images in it. They go by really fast. But if you take time to pause on each image and learn the symbolism behind it, then you realize that Michael is basically telling us that he is alive and that he escaped, and you know, but he's still here with us, and you know, to not worry, and he's here. No, actually, you know what? Before that music video, the memorial that happened on July 7th, 2009. I learned about that, and I noticed that, you know, a lot of things in that ceremony just didn't make sense. You know, the way the family behaved, there were a lot of smiles. None of them really seemed devastated. You know, there were all kinds of stuff, all kinds of things that just didn't make sense to me. And then, of course, there was the music video. And also, you know what, every now and then, I don't know, this may sound crazy, but it seems like, you know, I would post something either on Instagram, you know, my old account that they took down. It seems like I would post something and then the official Michael Jackson account would post something similar or kind of as a response to what I posted. And it seems to me like, I would say Michael absolutely communicates with his fans, and I truly believe, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I believe that Michael finds a way to communicate with his fans through social media. So I was just washing some letters. So yeah, that's basically my journey in all of those 6.5 years. I keep seeing things and noticing things. And what else? I mean, I wish you guys were here and ask me questions. It would make things so much easier. I thought yesterday that I did it too early, so I did it a little bit later today. Hopefully you guys will be here, but if you're listening to it later and you got questions, please send them to me. So what else did I wanted to tell you? I wrote it down somewhere, but I'm in the kitchen and I'm not gonna leave you right now. Basically, yeah, there are so many things in MJ's death story that just didn't make sense, and just the fact that we're asking questions about what happened that day and everything that happened after that day, the way the family behaved. Like, have you seen that picture of Joe just laughing with his friend like the day after? This is supposed to be a man who is grieving the death of his son, right? Yeah, I mean, we all know that, you know, they had this complicated relationship, but at the end of the day, they were a father and son. They loved each other. So why is he in a good mood the day after his son supposedly died? Oh, there's somebody here. Hi. All the things are true, but the last couple years there are nothing. Yet, actually, you know what? There were clues on MJ's birthday just a few days ago. So, Latoya posted, I don't know if you're following her Instagram, but Latoya posted all the craziness that happened in the 80s, like the mass, like the crazy thing, how fans chased him and everything. And she wrote something like, Michael is causing mass hysteria, right? And I see that as a clue, saying that, look, this is something for the future. Michael will cause mass hysteria again. Okay, that's how my interpretation. And also Branka, he posted the picture that was also in the memorial from Liberian Girl, where Michael is behind the camera and directing. So this is what I believe he is doing right now. I wrote about it in my blog. It is a post called The King of Film. And also there is a video I made about it in the The Love Show. You can watch it. Where I believe Michael is now a director because this is what he wanted to do. That was his big dream, to become a movie director. So he is basically directing this whole thing, what we call the biggest show in the world. So, you know, when it comes to this picture, you know, they showed it in the memorial, and I said it many times in the past. Out of all the pictures that Michael has, you know, he has endless of pictures. Why did I show this one? When Michael is behind camera, directing and smiling. And also there was a picture there of Michael with the words, keep hope alive. Okay, what are we supposed to hope for? Why is the word alive there? So, you know, there's so many things that, you know, like I said in some post, I don't think a week will be enough to talk about everything. And to be honest with you, it's been over 6 years for me. I don't know if I can remember everything. But there are so many things that don't make sense in the death story, and we keep getting signs or clues, if you want to call it, from the family, other people, and just in general, things that are happening. So, oh, you know what else I wanted to talk to you about? So, you know how a few days ago Paris Jackson came out and said that she didn't like the first draft of the script and that she wanted to make some changes, and no one took her points seriously. Well, she also said that a lot of people who are like in the fantasy stuff, they're gonna love this movie. So it is a possibility. When she said, you know, when into the fantasy, she also meant the believers. Because I mean, it is, some people call us like people who are living in a fantasy, and we know we're not. I'm very confident after all these years and all the things that I've seen and experienced. I am very confident that our Michael is alive, and there is a big, big chance he will come back around the biopic. I don't know if before or after, but he will come back. I mean, like one of my friends who's also a believer and a really great death hoax researcher, she said this is gotta end in an artistic way, this whole thing. So I'm thinking the artistic way is probably the biopic. And finally, we will stop searching for clues, and this journey will end in the most beautiful way. And hopefully, Michael will tell the world that he is alive, that he had to do it. I don't know if he will actually come back because I don't think he really misses the chaos, the paparazzi, the fans chasing him. I'm sure he misses his fans, but everything that comes with being him, I'm sure he doesn't miss it. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why he had to escape, right? Not just the paparazzi and, let's face it, the death threats. I'm sure he got a lot of death threats. But also, he wanted his privacy. He wanted to go to the store without people chasing him and whatever. As much as he loves his fans and as much as we love him, he needs his privacy. He needs to live a normal life. He needs to go down the street, just be with himself, or sit in a park where no one bugs him, So I don't know if he will actually ever come back. But I think he will tell the world that he is alive, that he escaped, that he had no choice. But I guess we're gonna know better in 7 months. Speaking of 7, in 7 months it will be April, and the biopic will come out. Hopefully, if they won't, reschedule it again. Yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to tell you. I wanted to share with you the rest of the story that I started yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The salad is ready. Now I need to cook the chicken and add it to the salad, and I'm gonna have a nice brunch. And oh, okay, another comment. Okay, if he is alive, why the estate sold his catalog? Don't get me wrong, I big believers, but also okay. First of all, they sold half the catalog. Okay, not the entire thing, and I think they just simply needed the money. I mean, this whole thing is costing billions. I mean, I'm sure he paid people. He paid him hush money. And I'm sure he had to escape all kinds of places so that no one will find him. And there's the movies that he is behind. There are certain movies that I've watched over the years that I have no doubt he is behind them. Like there's this movie that is called Now You See Me. There are 2 that came out, and the 3rd one is coming out in October. So if you guys will watch the first one, you will see so many things that you will see Michael in there, if you know what I mean. There are things that will really remind you of MJ. If you know what to look for, you will see MJ in those movies. And by the way, in those movies, Now You See Me, they keep saying the closer you look, the less you'll see. And I think that when it comes to searching for clues, like the more we dig in it, the less we'll really see what's going on. So for the last, I don't know, 3 years, I'm not actively looking for clues anymore. I already know the truth. And, I mean, but if we'll see something, I will definitely talk about it and, but I'm not actively looking for anything anymore because I know he is alive. I don't need like any more proofs. It's just, I mean, for now, if I'll look for clues, it's just to make sure he is still alive. He is still here. So, yeah. What else did I wanted to tell you? I don't remember. I wrote it down somewhere, but I'm gonna go get the paper. Okay, you got any more questions before I'll leave you and go have my brunch, lunch? I don't know what it is. Yeah, still brunch. What else? So yeah, basically, I really enjoy doing this live stuff. So I think I'm gonna do more this week. Hopefully you guys will be here with questions and comments because I love this. I absolutely love this. I should have done this a long time ago. I don't know why. What I was so worried about. Thank you. Have a nice day too. And okay, I think it's time to go. So I'll talk to you soon. I will post some clues and things that I've noticed over the years. And I hope you guys will also try to find some clues yourselves. Like watch the Hold My Hand music video. Maybe watch the movies Now You See Me. Maybe watch the memorial and see if there's anything weird going on there. And if you really believe that MJ is alive, you will absolutely see him everywhere. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. If you're listening later, thank you guys for listening. Please leave a comment, a question, and we will talk soon. And keep love alive.